This week on The Dish, we visit Budonoki, the LA restaurant recognized as one of the best new restaurants in America by both Esquire and Eater. It's a Japanese-style tavern called an izakaya, and it's the brainchild of Josh Hartley, Eric Bedroussian, and Chef Dan Rabilwongse. This neighborhood hotspot has become known for its hip vibe, playful menu, and killer drinks.
From the hand rolls to the yakisoba, restaurateurs Josh Hartley and Eric Bedroussian have brought a taste of Tokyo to Los Angeles with Budonoki. It's a partnership that started back in college.
You're Armenian American, you are?
I'm Jewish from Tennessee.
Jewish from Tennessee. What was it about this sort of Japanese concept that was like where you wanted to be, how you wanted to make your mark?
I actually grew up in Canada, in a really large kind of Japanese immigrant community, Chinese immigrant community. I was always surrounded by that.
The blueprint for Budonoki was built on a trial-run pop-up that brought in the expertise of Chef Dan Rabilwongse.
They called me up out of the blue and, we had an interview. We jived a little bit, and I didn't hear from them for months. And then, finally they called me up again and said, hey, you want to maybe do a tasting for us so we can see what your food's like, this and that?
That was kind of a working interview, and it went well, guests were happy, and I think maybe most importantly, we all got along.
A proven chemistry, Budonoki now boasts a full house almost every night.
How did people know this was it?
I don't think anyone knew. It was a very slow burn. I remember the first 3 months of opening, we woke up with the same pit in our stomach every morning of is this gonna work?
But for these college buddies, business has always been a bit unconventional, starting with their first venture, a supper club run out of their apartment senior year after Bedroussian struck out in the job market.
I went over to Josh one night and I was like, hey, let's just start a restaurant out of our apartment.
Yeah,
so
we built our own.
Snowballed into this thing where we were serving sometimes 60 to 80 people a night.
Out of your apartment?
Yeah.
Is that legal?
No.
All of that helped define what they built here, a vibe that diners seem to enjoy. Its decor, a nod to nostalgia.
The whole whimsical nature of the restaurant creates this kind of dichotomy of serious and unserious, and I think people really are drawn to that.
That extends to their menu, a mix of novelty and tradition.
So where should we begin?
We started with the spicy tuna hand roll, a throwback to the familiar Japanese fare Chef Rabilwongse grew up with.
This is fun.
Yeah.
Look at me, look at me. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me see yours.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers.
Next, one of the Thai recipes his mom made at home.
Here we have our nam. This is a fermented pork sausage, kind of like Southeast Asian charcuterie, if you will. Here we have our crispy rice balls made with pork, a little bit of red curry paste. And then, so what you want to do is you grab a little rice ball here, and then you get a little bit piece of the nam on top here. And then you put a little bit of a slaw, and then it's like the perfect bite.
I can tell you savor every bite of that.
I love it.
That was followed by Japanese sweet potato.
I'm just
And
gonna
then we
dig
cover
right
it,
in.
get in there. And we cover it with a little bit of miso butter.
Oh my gosh, that is so rich.
Yeah, this
A
one's
little bit of miso butter?
Rabilwongse also prepared a seafood pancake and nagima, classic chicken yakitori skewers, another favorite from his mom's kitchen. But the real showstopper, the menu item poking fun at the eatery's very name.
So I understand you created this out of it's somewhat of a practical joke.
It was a practical joke. One night, one of our servers was like, hey, we should dress up as an Italian restaurant for Halloween. And so we were like, yeah, okay, maybe we should do that. She's like, yeah, and then we could serve Budonoki.
Using Korean rice cakes made to look like the traditional potato pasta.
So yeah, I just want to get a nice crust on there. What we like to call crunchy. So it's
Crunchy.
a little crunchy, a little chewy at the same time,
Is that a thing, really? Yeah. Crunchy?
Crunchy, yeah.
In the pan, sauteed mushrooms, garlic, thyme, and of course, butter.
Oh my gosh, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pads?
Yeah. So we kind of let it bubble up and sizzle.
You definitely got your French training.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is one of my French classic glazing techniques here, yeah.
The Cordon Bleu trained chef finished off the Budonoki with some Parmesan foam and shaved black winter truffles.
How's that? It's like a warm hug, right?
That's not the way he would describe the chef who trained him in Japanese cuisine at the 2-star Michelin restaurant Urasawa.
So he brings me into the kitchen, he grabs a spoon, he's like, here's a spoon, go peel the ginger. That was it. No instruction and no anything. He was like a 50-pound box of ginger on the ground. He's like, just start peeling.
Peeling aside, those hands-on lessons landed positions at other high-end restaurants, from Bouchon to Tartine. A dream realized for the man who grew up watching popular cooking shows with his mom, though neither of his Thai-born parents were behind a culinary career.
Absolutely not, because
Traditional
immigrant parents, they're like, no, your brother's already an artist and you're gonna be in the insurance policy, so.
Wait a minute, so birth order,
The birth order,
you
yeah.
drew the short straw.
Exactly, just by being the second son, I had to be the responsible one.
What would they think of this place?
Oh man, I think my parents would be very proud. I think, my dad, just seeing my success, because he passed away when when we were opening here. And my mom, obviously where I kind of feel like I get my culinary, prowess from is, living on in the dishes that we put out here every day. I'm like, I'm like proud, I'm like kind of happy and like sad, I wish you could have seen it, But yeah, every day, it's her legacy in a plate.
What better legacy to give your parents than to be a success?
And share it with everyone.
Oh my gosh. And this is part of the success. The drinks are like off the chain.
Hey.
This is an onion beer. Okay, and very slowly poured, DJ.
Oops.
This is like fruit-infused sake. Okay, they call it yuzu. But you know how, I don't know, is that a Boilermaker where you drop the thing?
The Boilermaker, you drop it in and it
But
foams,
this,
and
you
that's
don't,
what I did not
because
do.
you pour it very slowly
it's good.
in. Isn't
Really
it
good.
delicious?
You don't need to pour it slowly. You can pour it fast. Just don't drink it fast.